In today's video, we're going to take you from A to Z when buying your very first home.
Hi, my name is Narciso.
And I am Francisco.
And like Francisco mentioned, in today's video, we're gonna go step by step when buying your first house.
Step number 1, learn how much you qualify for.
So you guys have decided to buy a house. It's time to speak to a mortgage professional. You basically wanna bring in your last 2 years of taxes, last 2 years of W-2s, a full month worth of pay stubs, 2 months of bank statements, and your driver's license. Your mortgage professional is going to take this information and get you pre-approved. What does this mean? Well, he or she is going to basically determine how much you qualify for. They're going to basically let you know your maximum qualification, whether it be $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, whatever that amount is.
Step number 2, go house shopping.
All right, let's go house shopping. So now you know how much you qualify for. So we're gonna be able to laser focus on those properties that are within your price range. So this is the time we sit down, we take a look at what properties are available in the market, and we determine which properties you might wanna go see. On a side note, I wanna make sure that you guys know that this is step number 2. You never wanna go house shopping or house hunting before you know how much you qualify for. I don't even know how many times we get clients that actually are looking at houses that they fell in love with. Unfortunately, they just don't qualify for that particular home.
Step number 3, make offers.
All right, so you're now pre-approved. You know how much you qualify for. You're out there shopping for houses and you find the perfect house. It's time to make an offer. Well, when making an offer, you gotta make sure that you make the right offer, especially if you really, really want that house. Now, if the house has a lot of competition, you want to make sure you make a strong offer right from the beginning. Now, we have a lot of clients that want to make offers that are lower when there's a lot of competition, and unfortunately, they lose out on a lot of great properties. You don't want to be that person. You want to speak to your professional or to your realtor and make sure to know, hey, do we have a lot of competition? Is there very little competition or no competition at all? That's going to help you and your realtor decide what kind of offer you need to make.
Step number 4, your offer has been accepted.
Congratulations, your offer has been accepted. Now you get to go and take your deposit into escrow or the title company. What does that mean? Well, an escrow deposit or deposit in your contract just means that whenever your offer got accepted, you told the seller you were going to bring in a specific amount to basically make the contract valid. Usually in our community, that equates to about 1%. So if you're offered $300,000, your deposit will be about $3,000. If you offered $400,000, your deposit will be about $4,000, and so on. And you only have 3 days to bring in this deposit, and this solidifies the actual offer and allows the next step to continue. In addition to bringing in your escrow deposit, you also need to start reviewing seller disclosures. These are basic forms that the seller needs to complete and provide you with information on the home. Normally things such as if the home has any issues, if there's any known nuances to the property, or anything that they might know affects the property. While reviewing these seller disclosures, you also want to determine what kind of inspections you want to do on this home. Now, in general, as realtors, we usually recommend that you at least do a home inspection. But there are many more inspections that you can perform on a property, such as pest inspection, roof inspection, electrical inspection, and many others that you can do depending on what you want to do with this home, or the age of the home, or just any situation that might make you uncomfortable.
Step number 5, follow up with your mortgage professional.
Okay, so by this point, you've gotten pre-approved, you've gone home shopping, you submitted offers, and you got an offer accepted. And of course, you've also reviewed the seller disclosures and you've determined what kind of inspections you want to do on this home. Now it's time to pay a visit to your mortgage professional. And this is why. Most of the time, your mortgage professional is going to need updated pay stubs, updated bank statements, or other general forms that they might need in order to submit your loan into the bank.
Step number 6, lock your loan.
While you're talking to your mortgage professional, you want to make sure to discuss with them if it's the right time to lock your loan. What does this mean? Well, this means, is it the right time to reserve your interest rate? Or is it better for us to wait a little bit down the line to lock this rate? When locking your loan, you have many options in the term that you can choose. Now, you have 15 days, 30 days, 45 days, and even 60 days. Now, at this point in time, I wouldn't recommend anybody locking for 15 days. That is way too short of a time period. Normally, I suggest that you lock your loan for 30 days, 45 days, and if you have the option, maybe even 60 days to make sure you don't end up losing your lock in the process.
Step number 7, pay for the appraisal.
Okay, in this step, you want to make sure that you get your appraisal ordered right away, right at the beginning of the loan process. The reason why you want to do this is because the appraisal does not come back in 1 or 2 days. It usually takes about 7 to 10 days to come back, depending on how much work those appraisers have.
Step number 8, review loan approval.
Okay, so by this step, your lender should hopefully have what we call a conditional approval. This conditional approval has conditions, and these conditions are items that the bank is requesting from you in order to satisfy the conditional approval. Some of these items are things such as explanations on possible lates you might have had, explanations on additional addresses that might show up in your credit report, or anything else that they might have questions on. The lender or the bank is going to be asking within these conditions for you to provide documentation or explanations on these items. One of the things that you're always going to see on this conditional approval is the appraisal. And as you know, we already paid for that appraisal. It's been ordered and we are just waiting for that to come back. And once again, that usually takes about 5 to 7 days to come back.
Step number 9, review appraisal and home inspections.
At this point, you're working very closely with your mortgage professional, and you're trying to determine what you need to provide in order to satisfy those conditions that are within the conditional loan approval. One of those conditions being the appraisal, and now it's back. So it's time for you to review if it came in at value, if it was higher than your purchase price, or if it maybe came in lower than your purchase price. And that's going to determine what you need to do next. If your appraisal came back at value, you're done. Congratulations, you can move on and not even think about it. If your appraisal came in above purchase price, congratulations, it's an awesome deal. However, if your appraisal came in lower than purchase price, you want to review that appraisal with your lender and realtor, and you want to devise a plan of attack. You want to be able to go back to the seller and possibly restructure the deal. You might want to go back and say, hey, I know that I offer you $300,000, but the appraisal came in at $280,000. How about if we meet in the middle, or how about if you lower the purchase price? That is something that you, the lender, and the realtor need to discuss. In addition to reviewing your appraisal, you also have to review the inspections. Whatever inspection you had done, whether it be the home inspection, pest inspection, termite inspection, roof inspection, whatever you decided to inspect, those reports should be back at this point. You want to review those with your realtor, and you want to determine if any of those inspections causes you to want to go back to the seller and possibly renegotiate.
Step number 10, release contingencies.
Okay, at this point, you have to determine if you want or you can release contingencies within that contract. What does that mean? Well, when you submit an offer, you're telling the seller that within a certain time period, usually anywhere between 7 to 15 days or 14 days or whatever you determine to be, you're going to release the loan contingency, the seller disclosure contingency, and the appraisal contingency. And what does that mean exactly? Well, it means that you no longer hold them up for waiting on any of those items. You reviewed the disclosures, you reviewed the appraisal, and the loan is okay. You're 100% sure everything is on track to close on time. And if you're sure of that, you can go ahead and remove all those contingencies.
Step number 11, sign loan documents.
Congratulations. That means you have done everything possible to get to almost the last step. I said almost, but there's still a couple more steps after this. But at this point, the lender has satisfied the conditions. You reviewed the appraisal, you reviewed the home inspections, and you are okay with everything that's happening. The lender has reviewed it as well, and they said, okay, we are ready for you to sign your loan documents. So it's time for you to take a trip back to the escrow title company, set up an appointment, and sign your loan documents. When signing your loan documents, the title or escrow agent is gonna let you know how much you need to bring in for the down payment. Normally, they're gonna take your deposit, your initial deposit that you gave at the beginning, which could have been $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, whatever the 1% was. They're gonna reduce that from the total down payment, and they're gonna ask you to bring in what they called cash to close. What does that mean? It basically just means the extra funds are needed for you to satisfy the purchase.
Step number 12, funding conditions.
Okay, in this step, you have signed your loan documents. The escrow title agent have returned those documents to the bank. The bank is reviewing them, and they're letting your mortgage professional know that they need maybe 1 or 2 or 3 additional items to satisfy what we call the funding conditions. Most of the time, these are minimal conditions, things such as maybe some corrections on your insurance, maybe some additional money that they might need for funds to close, or maybe they missed a signature somewhere in some form. So very minimal conditions that you need to satisfy.
Step number 13, final inspection.
Okay, in this step, we need to take you back to that beautiful house that you are about to buy, and we need to inspect the home. We basically go through the home, and the home has to look exactly or close to it the way you actually visited the home initially when you viewed it. And that's what we call the final visual inspection. It's a simple form where you get to put if there's any discrepancies with the home, anything changing with the home, or if nothing changed, you simply just don't put anything, or just say same as previously viewed.
Step number 14, loan has funded and we are now on record.
Congratulations. This means that you are almost to the end. I say almost because there's one more step. But at this point, the lender has wired the funds to escrow. They've paid off the seller, and escrow has changed the seller's name, the former seller's name, into your name within title. What does that mean? That means that in the county records, your name is attached to that property at this point. You are the rightful owner of 123 Main Street, or whatever the address is of the property that you're buying.
Finally, step number 15, get your keys.
Congratulations, this is truthfully the final step. Come get your keys. Well, in this step, we're gonna go ahead and get your keys for you and celebrate. It's time to do whatever you want in the house that now belongs to you. Enjoy it. This is truthfully one of the best feelings you're ever gonna have. I know that it is for us, and I'm sure it will be for you as well. Keep in mind, this is a very high level overview of the home buying process. In future videos, we're gonna go ahead and take each and one of these steps and go further in detail so that you can go ahead and have a better overview of what each one of those entail. So if you're ready to purchase a home, go ahead and give us a call. We are able to take you from A through Z within our team. There'll be nobody else you'll talk to. It'll just be our team taking you every step of the way, holding your hand and making sure that you get to holding those keys to your brand new home. And as always, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share this video with your family and friends.